Why do some leaders seem to crumble under pressure while others appear to find solutions no matter what challenges are thrown their way? The answer isn't luck or genius. It's a powerful principle known as the Law of Requisite Variety, and if you're leading a team or a business in this BANI era, understanding this law might just be the key that separates chaos from clarity. So what exactly is this law? It sounds a bit academic, but I promise it's incredibly practical. The Law of Requisite Variety comes from a field called cybernetics, which is all about how systems control themselves. The core idea is simple: the system with the most options is the one that controls the overall system. To put it even more plainly, the more flexible you are, the more power you have. Think of it like a game of rock, paper, scissors. If you can only throw rock, you're predictable and easily beaten. But if you can throw rock, paper, or scissors, you have the variety needed to respond to any move your opponent makes. You have more control. Now let's bring this into our modern world, the BANI world, a world that feels brittle, anxious, nonlinear, and incomprehensible. In this environment, the Law of Requisite Variety isn't just a good idea. It's a survival mechanism. Brittle systems, the ones that are rigid and have only one way of doing things, are the first to break when faced with unexpected pressure. They simply lack options. Anxiety skyrockets when people feel trapped with no alternatives, leading to burnout and poor decisions. When disruptions are nonlinear, meaning cause and effect aren't clear, a single, rigid plan is useless. You need creative, varied approaches, and when complexity feels incomprehensible, the only way forward is to try multiple different strategies to see what sticks. Sticking to one proven method is a recipe for disaster because the old rules no longer apply. So, how does this apply directly to leadership? Let's be honest, we've all seen leaders who offer only one solution to every problem. They have their favorite hammer and everything looks like a nail. But what happens when that single solution fails? The entire project or even the team can collapse. Now contrast that with a leader who cultivates multiple strategies. When plan A hits a roadblock, they aren't panicked. They simply pivot to plan B, C, or D. They survive and often thrive because they build flexibility into their leadership style. Let's look at a couple of real-world examples. Think about the small local businesses during the pandemic. The ones that had only one option, in-person sales, struggled immensely, but the ones that had requisite variety, they quickly pivoted to online sales, curbside pickup, or delivery services. They had more options, so they controlled their destiny on a global scale. Look at Netflix. They started as a DVD rental service. If they had rigidly stuck to that one model, they would be a distant memory. Instead, they pivoted to streaming. Then, when streaming became crowded, they pivoted again to creating original content. At each stage, they increased their variety of options, which is why they continue to dominate the market. The key leadership skills here are adaptability, a willingness to experiment, and what I call option thinking, constantly asking, what's another way we could approach this? Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how can you start practicing requisite variety today? It's easier than you think. First, whenever you're faced with a problem, actively ask yourself and your team, what are at least 3 other ways this could work? This simple question forces you out of binary thinking. Second, build diverse teams. Don't just hire people who think like you. Actively seek out different backgrounds, skills, and perspectives. Diversity is a direct source of variety. Third, train your brain to avoid either-or fallacies. Life is rarely black and white. Look for the and what-if possibilities. And finally, test small. Before you commit all your resources to one big, risky idea, run several small, low-cost experiments. See what works, gather data, and then decide. This approach allows you to explore multiple paths without betting the farm on just one. In a BANI world, survival and success belong to the most flexible, those with the widest variety of options. As a leader, your job isn't to predict the future with perfect accuracy. It's to build a system so adaptable that it can handle whatever the future throws at it. Your role is to expand the possibilities for your team and your organization. That's how you stay in control when everything else feels uncontrollable. If you found this idea of flexibility valuable, give this video a like. And for more practical tools to help you lead effectively in our complex world, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.